Hey guys, what's up? I'm Addie and welcome to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys my testimony and how God changed my life. So yeah. If you see me looking at my phone, it's because I have a few points written down so I don't sidetrack or start to ramble because I have a tendency to do that. Anyways, so let's get right into the video. So I'm going to start from the very beginning, from around when I was 8 to 9 years old in the 2nd grade. So when I lived in Oklahoma City, it was me, my mom Angie, my dad David, my sister Sailor, my brother Liam, and my aunt Joanne, but I called her my Annie. And that was us. And then over the years we had different dogs and pets, whatever, like normal families. But in the 2nd grade, my parents got divorced, and that was really hard for a 2nd grader. And then we started in the church, which was like, throw me into it. I had no idea what God was, no idea what church was. I understood the concept of it, of going on a Sunday and going on a Wednesday, but I didn't truly understand it. We went to the church. It's called Jones Family of God, or JAG. It was in Jones, Oklahoma, because we lived in Oklahoma City. And the reason we went there is because our cousins were pastors at the church. And he was like, come on, come. And for a while we're like, no. But then my mom was like, okay, we can't. My mom has struggled a lot with just health issues, whether it had to deal with like her hips or, she just had health problems. So she was really sick. She like looked sick. So the whole time we were going to church, she was like, she would be sick and then not sick and then sick and then not sick. So it was very like an emotional roller coaster for my family. But so that's when I first learned about God, and we went to the church for 4 years up until my 6th grade year. Well, the end of my 6th grade year. But first, during my 6th grade year, I faced a lot of depression and sadness and anxiety and just loneliness because I went into middle school at 6th grade. My sister had just graduated high school and was going to ORU here in Tulsa for college. And my brother is like a year older, so he'd already moved out. And my mom, she started her new job, and it was all the way here in Tulsa. And like I said, we live in Oklahoma City, and so she had to commute back and forth like every day. And so when she would leave, it'd be night, and when she'd come back, it would be night. And so I barely got to spend any time with her. And it was really hard because my mom truly is my best friend. So 6th grade year, I battled a bunch of depression. Like, it was really, really hard for me. I didn't have many friends because I had friends from elementary school, but they all went to these like nice schools because basically in the school district where I lived, if you didn't have a high enough grade or score, you didn't get in. And in my case, that happened to me. My math score was not high enough, and so I couldn't go. And I had to do online school, which that's why I was home by myself all the time. I'd do my school online, and it was just really hard. Summer of me going into 7th grade, we moved here because my mom's job was here, my sister was here, yada. We moved here, like I said, going to 7th grade, so it was summer of 2019. But we didn't go to church for like 2 weeks. And then my cousin, the ones who were the pastor at Jones, Oklahoma, they moved to Muskogee to be pastors at a different church. And so they were like, come on, like, it's only 45 minutes drive, like, you can come. And we were like, okay, fine. So I went there for about a year. I went there all through 7th grade and then through 8th grade. But in my 7th grade year, I went through a period where I dated this boy, which I'm not allowed to date until I'm at least like 15, 16. And in 7th grade, I was 12. And I was battling a lot with being a lukewarm Christian, thinking that that was okay. When I knew that it said in the Bible that like he will spit you out, lukewarm water, he will spit you out. When he says that, he's like meaning us. I battled a lot with that. I thought it was okay to do whatever I wanted. And I did struggle a lot with like keeping my worldly life and my Christian life separated. I never wanted them together. Like, I never wanted my school friends, my worldly friends, to interact with my Christian friends because I knew that they were polar opposites, and then it would like show that I was living 2 separate lives because I really was. And so that happened. I thought that a white lie and just a flat out lie were different, but God's eyes, any sins are the same. So like me lying versus somebody murdering someone is the exact same in God's eyes, because all sins are equal. I wanted to do what I wanted to do. I didn't want to do what God wanted me to do. And then quarantine happened, and I struggled a lot with sadness, and I fell in a bunch of sins and I've never fallen into before. And I thought since everybody else was feeling it during that time, it was okay to feel like that, and that's how we were all supposed to feel. Now I realize that if I would have pressed into the Word and just prayed more and just talked to God more, I would have felt so much better about myself. But I didn't, and Satan just kept attacking me, and I didn't even know. Like, I didn't even know it at the time. I didn't even know he was attacking me at the time. I just thought that's how I was supposed to feel. Then 8th grade started, and that year was something else. I went into the school year having a bunch of friends. I went in there having friends, and during the whole school year, I had so many friends, so many friends. Up until the end of 2020, around some of August, but mostly just of September to November, I lost a bunch of friends. And that was really hard for those months because, like I said, we lived with my aunt, or she lived with us, my Amy, and we found out that she had cancer, which was one of the hardest things to find out about. And so during that period, in the beginning of the school year, I met my best friend Kaylee, who at the time we were just friends. I barely even knew her. And then I started at Woodlake, which is, I love Woodlake so much. It's my current church, and it's literally my home. I started going there. So my birthday's November 9th, and I started November 11th, so it just was such a special time. So I started at Woodlake, and then November 21st, my aunt passed away due to cancer, and that was one of the hardest things I ever had to go through. I have definitely never felt so much sadness, and it was just so unbelievably hard to lose her. And it's still hard. It's almost, it's September of 21 now. It's almost been a year. And I still cry about it all the time. It's still really hard. But God's definitely brought me through it with Woodlake and just him and me pressing in, reading the Word. Yeah, so she died, and I started going to Woodlake more. I made friendships. I met all my best friends. I've never felt so loved and so appreciated and so almost needed in a place, you know? So we've been going there ever since. It's now September 21, and my mom started going in January, and we've just loved it. We really have. We've loved it. I've never been as close to God as I am right now. As you guys know, I've been posting honestly randomly every few months, but I decided that now I'm posting this, and I just want my YouTube content to revolve around the Lord, because I've been so unmotivated, and it's because I'm relying on my own understanding, and I'm relying on what I want to do and what I think is best for the YouTube channel, when really everything we should do should benefit the Lord and just glorify Him. So that's what I'm going to do. I've never been happier. We moved, that's a big part of my testimony. We moved into a house this past summer. We were living in an apartment for the past 2 years that we've lived up here. And now we're here, and I love it. I started a new school. I now go to school with one of my really good best friends, Lillian. I sadly don't go to school with Kaylee anymore, which is really, really sad. But I still see her all the time, and we're still going to have sleepovers all the time. So, but I go to school with other people. I went in knowing people, which was so nice, because both times when I went into going into my older school, I knew people, but I didn't know people, you know. It's just been really nice, and that's my testimony. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys will stick around and watch my content that's about to come out, and that I'm going to start posting more, and yeah. I hope you guys love it. I hope you guys like this video, because it was a huge deal for me to post my testimony out to the world. So, yeah, and obviously my testimony isn't finished. I'm only 14. I'll be 15 in November. I'm only 14, so I have so much more time and room for God to work in me. So yeah, anyways, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, and turn on the post notification bell, and comment if the comments are on, and if you want to. And also, don't forget to go follow my Instagram at @itsaddieharris. Anyways, I love you guys so much, and have the best blessed day of your life, and Jesus loves you.